What's up, brother? Scott Jack, and super excited to get into Magnetic Interaction 101 with you, where we are going to be working on the mechanics. The things you're going to learn in this section are insanely critical for you to be able to get into and enter as many magnetic interactions as possible and do so in the smoothest way. So this is very important because you're going to have many women as you're going about your day-to-day that are walking one direction where you are walking another. Just like you see here in the video we're about to dive into. Here I am, and here is the woman. And you will notice that I'm directly on her line. Now, one of the things that you have to do, and is a big mistake that guys make, is they try to maybe get on the right-hand side or the left-hand side. You have to take the line. In other words, the path that she is walking on is exactly going to be the same path that you are on. So let's roll into this real quick because I want you to see it, and then we're going to go deeper, and I have a number of other examples I'm going to show you as well. So as we flow in here, boom, I'm on the line, hand comes out, look at her hand flow up almost subconsciously. She wasn't even thinking about it. And a little bit confused, right? Hey, what's up? I'm Scott. And then she figures out what's going on. I wanted to meet her, and now her state changes. So let's run this back here again. I'm right on the line. Notice the distance here. This is important. So you ideally want at least about 10 feet between yourself and the woman to where when she notices you, right? Because if you do it at like the very last minute, that could freak her out a little bit, right? She like didn't see you coming. You can even go back as far as like 15 or 20 feet. I'm gonna show you another interaction here in a few minutes where it's probably about that distance. But I think here we're about 10 feet away. A human being notices you on their line. She picks up on that. Here I'm outside in a very loud, crowded area. So I'm doing a little bit of a snap and a hand up. Right? Hand goes out, boom, hey, I'm Scott, meeting her, I'm in there. Now let's talk about the path of least resistance, right? I keep referencing this line, right? You got to get on the line. Here you are, here she is. We don't want to be in any of these red zones, okay? And so the path of least resistance is the physical or metaphorical pathway that provides the least resistance to forward motion by a given object or entity among a set of alternative paths. The concept is often used to describe why an object or entity takes a given path. So you've got to think about stopping a moving set as 100 or 0. Like you are going to get right on that line or you are not going to do anything at all, because even being at 98 or 99 or 97 drops the likelihood that she is going to stop and interact with you at a really, really high rate. Now, here's what I mean by that. So when you are 100% on the line, she has one of two choices. She can either stop and meet you, or she can divert her path and walk by you. Here's the crazy thing. Stopping takes less brain power or thought, and many times it is subconscious and automatic when you are on the line, okay? Because here's the thing. If you are not on the line, it's easier for her to keep going. But when you are on the line, diverting her path requires her to think, which is why it is less likely, right? When she's on the path of least resistance, when you align yourself there, she's just stopping. So if she chooses to divert her path, no big deal, right? She just saved both of you guys some time. She didn't want to talk to you. She's having a bad day. She's not interested. Whatever it is, cool. We save that time. Win-win for both of us. Now, if you don't take the line, a girl who very much wanted to meet you may keep walking because it's easier for her to stay on the path. So hopefully this is super clear now. Let's jump into a few more in-field examples so you can see this demonstrated. All right, so let's jump into this one here. A little bit different scenario because this is a much busier area than I just was in, right? There's a bunch of people, and you're going to see a group of people that are basically in front of the girl that I want to talk to. But as I begin to roll through here, I'll show you coming through. Okay, so here's the two girls. They're right here. I notice them. Again, this is about 10 feet, 15 feet or so. They've got some people in front of them, but look what I'm going to do, right? I'm directly on the line. Boom. Hey, I'm Scott. I'm in there. Just like that, right? That's it. You just get right on that line. So there's a little bit less space, but you can see by here, she's noticed me, right? And look where I am. directly on the line with her, comes in, and it's just easier. She doesn't have to think. Like, she's in the interaction. I am basically using the subconscious response of human beings to my advantage here to start this interaction. And the next thing she knows, boom, I'm shaking this guy's hand, I'm in the interaction, she doesn't even know what happened. We don't want to make her have to think or use brain power to enter interactions. Big mistake that guys make. So let's look at another one. All right, so this is a really good one to see. I'm actually out with a student in this video and was demonstrating for him, like, okay, here's how you need to take the line. Now, this is a really good example as opposed to the last one you just saw, where there was a bunch of people in front of the girl that I wanted to talk to. This one, I have a wide open runway. So literally down here, this is the girl that I see, and you'll see me come out here on the right-hand side in just a second. Look at the distance here, look at this. I mean, this is at least 20 feet. So since I have this wide open runway, I'm gonna use it, right? The earlier, the better. So you can see at this point, like, she now notices me. It's like, all right, this guy's on my line, he's pointing at me. She has no idea, obviously, what's happening at this juncture. And so, boom, hand goes in, I bring it down, shaking, boom. She stops. Path of least resistance. Get on that line, completely own it, be certain, and you will be absolutely shocked how many women stop to talk with you. Very few guys are actually doing this. I'll show it to you one more time so you can see it demonstrated. But when you know how to do this, man, like, there are women who will literally be interested and attracted, like, right off the bat, because you were able to do it so smooth and so relaxed, and no other guys are doing that. So let's jump into a couple more. Now check this one out here. You're gonna see a lot of the same stuff as you did before, but look at this. Now, I'm not saying you should do this, you shouldn't do this. I'm doing this funny walk. You see this funny walk? I'm simply doing that to get her attention, right? We need to get their attention. You've seen me do that with my hand out. You've seen me do that with a snap of the fingers. If it's a really loud area, right, you probably wouldn't want to snap your fingers in like a grocery store. That might be a little bit off-putting, but if you're somewhere that's really loud, you can certainly get away with it. So I just use this weird little walk, this weird little body movement, right in front, stand right in front, boom, stop the moving set. They take the path of least resistance and they stop. Let's look at another. So here's another good example here that happens a little bit more at the last minute. So here's the group that I want to talk to, specifically this girl here on the left. Cue the funny walk again, right? Again, like just kind of a funny walk. She's not even really looking. So look, this is a much shorter distance here, right? Hand out, boom, shake, in the interaction, right on the line. So that is the process, my brother. Get on that line, get their attention. You can point, you can do a funny walk, right? I do the funny walk not because it's some amazing tactic, like it isn't. I just like to have fun out there, which is what I recommend that you do. Be having a good time, do whatever is natural to you, and just get right in there, just like this, right into the set. So we'll take a look at this one more time. Right on the line, right in front. Get the hand out, stop the moving set. So get out there, brother, practice this one. Absolute required action. You have to have this in your arsenal. Will really, really set you apart.